everyone, it's Kilo. So today I'm going to talk about the butterfly. So this is an inversion move, and this is something I actually teach in my Pole 2 level classes. So if you ever want to register, check it out, just go to my website and you can always contact me for more information. So the butterfly, like I stated, it is an inversion move. That means therefore I go upside down. So we're going to start with the basic inversion, and I'm going to talk about what's going to happen. Okay? So when I go into a basic invert, I want to make sure that my knees are above my hand and that I have a good secure lock in my knees. Okay? So here, I'm going to go up. And remember, your outside hand, your outside foot comes in front. Inside hand, inside foot comes behind. Now, as you see, that I really make sure that my knees are above my hands. I'm going to keep my outside hand on the pole. So I'm going to imagine taking my inside hand and sweeping it down and low. I'm going to look for my pole and grab. Now, while I'm here, I'm going to make sure to push where my nose is stacked with my pole so I can nose my pole. And while I'm doing that, I'm actually crunching my right hip. Okay? And when I feel secure, I'm only to bring the inside leg back. To bring it in, relock, allow that hand to slide down, and walk yourself down. More slide. Now, I'm going to switch directions so you can see where I'm stacking. Pretty much, I call it a micro crunch of my outside hip. Okay? Pole is all about illusions. So it looks like I'm straight when in reality I'm not. When I'm crunching, I'm actually doing this. So whatever my top hand is, when I'm upside down, so imagine my floor is my ceiling, this is my top hand. I crunch my hip toward me. So it looks like I am straight. Because if you don't crunch and you do this, your body's going to naturally lean away. You want to crunch to where your nose is aligned with your pole. So I always tell my students, think about sniffing the pole. Kind of helps. Look at yourself in the pole. Use the reflection. If you see yourself at an angle, you know something's wrong. Okay? And make sure you crunch that hip. It's called stacking. If I'm not stacking my weight, I'm going to be unbalanced. Okay? So, from this side. Okay? I'm going to invert, like I said. Outside hand, outside leg. Okay? My outside leg's going to be on front. Inside ankle, behind. Okay? Now, here, remember, my knees are above my hands. Got a really good squeeze going on. Inside hand is going to sweep down. I'm going to look for my pole and line. And you notice as soon as I did, I pushed. When I crunched my hip, I was able to push and get my face in line with my pole. See that crunch? Yeah. There's your crunch. Okay? Now, when I'm feeling secure, I would bring my inside leg back. I'm continuing to crunch, keeping my nose aligned. When I feel secure, bring it back. Squeeze those knees. Push so you can allow your top hand to come out. Look for the floor. I'm releasing tension slowly. So I can walk my hands forward, walk my chest forward, and slide out. Okay? So if you're ever nervous, you can do this low. And you can do what's called like a butterfly handstand. When you slide down low, as if I was there earlier, to kind of give you a feeling of it. Okay? And I will do that. Now, if you're too nervous to go upside down completely, practice the upright position, which is what I teach in Pole 1 classes, which is called a stag. Okay? So stag is an upright butterfly. In Pole 2, butterfly is an inverted stag. So they kind of go together. Okay? So if I am doing, and if you haven't seen my stag video, I recommend go watch that. But this is my stag if I kick the leg back. See how I'm still crunching my hip? So that way, I can stay on. Okay? Now, back to a low butterfly. If you're nervous, don't have a spotter, which I always recommend have a spotter, okay? Have a crash mat, have safety, okay? But if you don't have the option, your butterfly from low. So I'm gonna go up, okay? I'm gonna look for my floor, and I'm gonna turn this way, okay? Now, here, you're gonna do what is kind of like called a half, I'm gonna call it a half caterpillar. I'm gonna kind of roll chest away and push the butt back. Allow my knees to slide down, okay? And you can bring the leg back. I am pushing through my shoulders, pushing my butt back, making sure I'm using my calf muscle. And when I feel like I need to come out, I like to slide my leg up so I can bring the other one on and walk it out. If you're like, nope, 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 let's say you're here, you can keep your chest on. Keep it exactly where it's at and allow your weight to slide down a little bit. You still have to continue to push through your shoulders, okay? You have to push. So if you're like, I don't have the strength, push-ups, planks, anything to help build your upper body strength, even like just what you can do. You can do incline push-ups. That means my knees, like for example, incline push-up. Imagine my walls here. Just go up to my wall and just practice push-ups. And the more you get comfortable with it, you can do it with your feet, on the floor, grab a chair, same thing. Decline means your feet are higher than your hands. So I would have my feet on a chair instead, my hands low. That is a decline push-up. Incline is where your hands are still higher than your feet. Regular push-up, feet are lined usually with the hands. So hopefully that kind of helps, and I'll see y'all soon.